to forgetting his calculator at home was a big mistake. This is not a phrase, it's independent clause, yes. Now let's see your answer to the next one. Oh, everything was deleted. Can you send your answers again to the chat, if you don't mind? Type number 7 is dependent. Why? Because when you see this, it's immediately independent clause. I'm sorry, it's immediately dependent clause. We need another part of the sentence to complete the meaning. Okay? Type 7, dependent. 8, independent. 9, it's a phrase. Excellent, good job. 10, it's a phrase. Super good. Super good. Excellent, super good. Okay, now we're going to move to another topic. We have types of compound sentences. And we have two independent clauses. We need to join them together. Never forget fanboys. Fanboys. Okay? So we can separate them by a period, or using comma fanboys, or semicolon between the two sentences. Notice, yes, sir, that the semicolon always equals the period. Semicolon equals period. It's the same as the period. So when you see in the choices, semicolon or period, immediately eliminate these two answers. Okay? Type. We can look at this formula. We can put dependent, comma, independent. But if we start with the independent, we don't put comma in the middle. Again, if we begin the sentence with the independent clause, we do not put comma. But the other way around, if we start with dependent, we always put a comma. So dependent, comma, independent. The opposite, we don't put a comma. Like Mary loves dogs, although Andrew loves cats. If you notice here the sentence, we didn't put a comma in it. But this one, while Mary loves dogs, this is the dependent clause, comma, Andrew loves cats. So what is a comma splice? When we put a comma between two independent clauses. You cannot put a comma between two complete sentences. Like, look at this example. It's incorrect, of course. It is believed that bulls are enraged by the color red, comma, they are actually colorblind. Why? Yes, as we took the previous example, this is dependent or independent. It is believed, we have it as a subject, and it's believed that bulls are enraged by the color red. I can pause here and you still understand we have a subject, we have a verb, we have a complete thought. So this is an independent clause. Let's look at the other part. They are actually colorblind. Again, they are. Remember when I said we start with a reference, because they refers to whom? It refers to the bulls. Okay, they refers to them. So it's a subject. We have a verb, and we have the complete predicate here and a complete thought when you talk. A complete thought, so it's an independent clause. So again, this is a terrible mistake. We do not ever put a comma between two complete sentences. This is what we call comma splice. So how can we fix this? As we said in the previous example, we fix it by either we put a period or comma fanboys or semicolon. Or to make the first sentence or the first clause dependent by adding a conjunction, while. while it is believed that the balls are enraged by color red, they are actually colorblind. It is believed that balls are enraged by the color red, although they are actually colorblind. This all the 5 ways to fix a comma splice. We're gonna need this while testing. So I need to spend time to answer questions from 1 to 8. Okay? 8 minutes each question. Take 1 minute and send me the answers in the chat box. Okay? Take your time, starting from now. Remember, Yasser, some of these sentences could be more than one answer correct. It could be A, it could be B, or A and B, or sometimes A, B, and C. Notice this, please. Once you finish, send the answer in the chat box. You're done? Okay, number one. Excellent. Number one, you choose the answer A, but let's discuss it together. Okay, remember when I told you if we started with the independent, we do not put comment in the middle. So choice A, out of the box, we eliminate choice A. Now let's look at choice B, sport but. Let's read the sentence. Hockey is my favorite sport, comma, but, yes, it makes sense, comma, fanboys. If we have independent and in another independent, we can join them using comma, fanboys. So A, B is a correct answer. Let's look at C. Do we have commas here? No. So it's a correct answer. Again, sports, even though equals although. And as I told you, that if we start with independent and then dependent, we do not use a comma in the middle. So the correct answer is A and C. But let's look at number two. Let me check your answer. Your answer 2 is C. The same mistake. Again, I told you yesterday that semicolon equals a period. So the same rule that applies on the period, it applies on the semicolon. So to use either of these, you need a independent clause before it, a complete sentence. And again, we have this conjunction at the beginning, and I told you yesterday that if we have this kind of conjunction at the beginning of the sentence, it means immediately, without even reading it, it's dependent. That means that we cannot put a semicolon or a period after a dependent clause. So A is out. I'm sorry, B is out. Your answer. C is out. Type. We start with the dependent clause. So as I told you, the formula is as the following: dependent clause, comma, independent clause. And we said at the beginning, when you see while at the beginning of any clause, it's immediately dependent. So we need dependent, comma, independent. Which one apply these rules? It's A. So this means B is wrong because we don't have any commas and so on. So A is the correct answer. Type number 3. What was your answer? You answered C. And number 3, C is correct. But guess what? Let's check the other answers too. Swimming is a great workout. This is a dependent clause. This is independent clause, which is simply a complete sentence. So you can use, after a complete sentence, we can use a period, semicolon, or fanboys, comma, fanboys. So the 3 answers are correct. Yes. Again, I can use semicolon, or because without a comma, or comma, fanboys. The 3 answers are correct. What is your answer for number 4? You answered A. That is correct. Excellent. Good job. A is the correct answer. And also, C is a correct answer. Again, comma, fanboys, between two independent, two complete sentence. The same applies when you use the semicolon. Again, yes, sir, I want you to imagine that semicolon always equals a period. Both of these punctuation marks can be put at the end of a complete sentence. Tomatoes plants need full sunlight to grow to full size. This is a complete sentence. So I have 2 choices. A, I can put comma, fanboys, or C, I can put semicolon. And if there is a choice that has a period in it, I can take it too. Now let's look at a complete example taken out of the SAT, new SAT exam. I need to focus. Please apply all the rules that we said for sentence 5, 6, 7, and 8. Take your time. This time you're going to take 5 minutes to answer these 4 questions. Okay? Take your time and put the answers in the chat box once you finish.